They spoke French, but not the good French. She called it the bad French. There's so much tied up just in that one line right there, the bad French. And yeah, just saying how embarrassed she was about even just Bannock and like things that were staples in their culture that she was embarrassed of, she was ashamed of, she wanted no part of it. So when I look at how my grandma distanced herself and marrying a white person, she would have lost some status in the community as well. I mean, I get the impression that she didn't want to be considered Métis, and that's very common for a lot of Métis people, that if you could pass for white, then that was the preferred, it was preferred, because it's hard for Indigenous people. And I definitely got pushback from my parents about wanting to connect with Métis identity, Métis culture. So I mentioned earlier that I was born Michif-French, and I now go by Melissa Lavallee. That's now my legal last name, is Lavallee. And that was a decision, that was a conscious choice for me to just not let that lineage, not let that identity, that cultural spirit that was so badly attempted to just be squashed, and in my family it could just then very gradually fade away, and that's it. I don't think that's okay. I want to revive that. I want to be a part of that. I feel like a combination with my experiences, and now I'm just nearing the end of grad school, and so it does put me in a somewhat unique position of being able to pull on this incredible knowledge from my education. You know, bachelor's degree in psych, master's in counseling psych. And whenever I had the option to pick a topic or narrow in on a topic, I always chose Indigenous issues, specifically women's issues, that I could incorporate into my learning. So I took a lot of control in my learning that way, where I could, to be able to dive a bit deeper into Métis culture, Métis heritage, and I felt more of a connection that way. It was really empowering, just the education piece, learning about the history and the culture, and it's beautiful. I went back to Batoche this summer, and just the music and the art, and it was just the food and the vendors and just the talent, the beadwork, just very inspiring. It was incredible. And now I have the opportunity at the post-secondary level to be teaching at an Indigenous institution, and I'm really grateful for that. So I feel like this wasn't for nothing, to be able to share my story on some level, to be able to connect with people, to be able to help people navigate their own journeys and their own mental health struggles, and to help create that safe space for someone to explore some of the most vulnerable moments of their life. Just being a part of that process is incredible. So many inspiring people out there. So if you're going through a hard time, whatever that looks like, there is hope. I hope one day you can see that healing is possible. It's not easy, and my education journey has not been easy. I had a toddler. I was single with a toddler, and just working, going to school. It was intense. So much, such a time commitment, and just the emotional, mental drain of all of it. I was just raw dog and ADHD the whole time too. Oh my gosh.